All right, guys, it's time, man. It's time for the winter arc. Winter arc, man. This is the time to lock in, guys. Winter arc. But seriously, I've been seeing a lot of this corny winter arc shit, and I'm like, what the fuck have you been doing during the fall, summer, and spring? You should always be fucking locked in. You shouldn't wait till the winter arc. And one thing I did see too was like some dude was like, you can get results in what was it, 21 days? What the hell? Like you can get your body routine 20. No, the fuck you can't. But here's how to stay locked in and actually get to your goals, guys. We're going to show you how to refocus and dominate. It's going to be a lot of mindset stuff because in order to stay locked in, you have to have a good mindset. What winter arc is not, it's not you binge working out and starving yourself. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're binge working out, starving themselves. It's like the January rush now, but it's in winter arc instead. You're going to set yourself up for failure. Like a lot of you guys fail and you think it's your fault. It's because you set yourself up for failure by overdoing everything and under eating. All right, so I'm gonna tell you how to do it the right way, but also it's gonna be a lot of mindset stuff because winter arc apparently is about like monk mode. It's very similar to monk mode. So let's get right into it. Let's dominate, guys. Here we go. So first thing you want to do is obviously work out and you got to get aesthetic physique, guys. So how are you going to get aesthetic physique? You're going to hit the gym at least 4 to 5 times a week, right? About an hour. Make sure you're doing like a push pull leg split or upper body, lower body split. All right. So movements you want to do for shoulder obviously is going to be side raises, rear delt raises, and shoulder press, chest, incline bench, pec deck to warm up, do some incline dumbbells, things like that, guys. And then for legs, obviously squats, leg press, leg extensions, hamstring curls, Romanian deadlifts. All this is going to be super important. The goal is to look good shirtless, right? You're trying to put on muscle. You're trying to put on muscle. You're trying to lock in. Now, working out is going to be one of the most important things for your discipline and mental. It's going to get everything going. You're going to get that endorphin release. If you work out in the morning, you're going to feel like, damn, the rest of your day is going to be like you're on your purpose. You're on your grind. It's going to feel great. All right. So, like I said, when you train for aesthetics, you do not want to focus just on like powerlifting, 5K running, or just strength. You want to progressively overload, yes. You want to add weight over time, but you want to primarily make sure that you're feeling the muscle that you're working, right? And you're not getting like too big in your chest or too big like versus your shoulders. You want your chest to be way bigger than your shoulders or your shoulders to be way bigger than your chest. All right, you're training for aesthetics. You want that lean physique. You want kind of that Brad Pitt look or the Alex Eubank look, like this kind of look. You see what I'm saying? Like the proportions. That's what you're focused on. All right. So you don't have to be in the gym for 3 hours. You don't have to lift super heavy. You just have to stay in that 6 to 15 hypertrophy rep range in order to get your results. All right. All right. So nutrition is going to be very important. A lot of you guys have some bullshit in your cupboard. A lot of you guys are always playing Roblox and shit, and you're eating like fucking shit. All right. Your nutrition needs to look something like this. You need to have some eggs, obviously, and then some fruit, some vegetables, some non-fat dairy. You could have like some yogurt in there. You could have some protein powder, some protein shakes, lean chicken, lean ground turkey, ground beef, all of these things. Because all that stuff is going to help you get to your goals. When you are surrounded by high protein, healthy foods, it's impossible not to eat good. What your problem is, you got fucking Oreos and candy in your cupboard and you got leftover pizza and that big ass crumble brownie that I just saw. You got that in your fridge. Like people are always like, bro, like, man, like I can't lose weight. Help. And they did me on Instagram. I'm like, bro, send me a picture of your fridge. Guess what they got in there? This shit, yo. That's why I keep saying it because I see this every day. I get a DM on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram, Luthervfitness too. But anyways, I get a DM on Instagram. They're like, help me. And then I'm like, all right, bro, what the hell are you eating? They show me their cupboard and their fridge. It's so bad. I'm like, bro, if you decided to change your life and eat healthy and you were surrounded by what you're surrounded by, it's literally impossible. You don't even have tuna, bro. Everybody got hurricane tuna packets. They didn't have any tuna packets. Like shit was crazy. It was just a bunch of cookies, crackers, freaking, leftover pizza, and just bullshit everywhere. So you got to surround yourself with healthy foods if you want to consume healthy foods. High protein nutrition is the key. If you're trying to lose fat, guys, you're trying to lose fat and maintain muscle mass, high protein calorie deficit. If you are trying to gain muscle, you're skinny or skinny fat, then lean bulk. I even have a video about lean bulking, but lean bulk, high protein, slight caloric surplus. All right, simple. Now, one of the most important things you need during this is definitive purpose. All right. So you want to identify exactly what you want to improve on, right? Is it just I mean, of course it's gonna be physique. That's just gonna be a basis of it. Anything that you do that you're successful in, having a good physique and going to the gym is gonna help you and nutrition is gonna help you think clearly, release endorphins, relieve stress, all that stuff. But during this winter arc, you need to have a definite purpose. Are you trying to build a business? Are you, trying to lock in on school? You're trying to get your bachelor's? You're trying to get your associates? Or are you trying to, build an app? Are you trying to build a business? Like, what are you trying to do, right? You need to write that down and you need to really focus on it and fixate on it because when you have that definitive purpose, right? When you make a decision, you already know. If you look up the Greek word for decide, it means to pick one thing and it means to cut everything else off. So when you make a decision, right? When you're assertive and you make a decision, you can lock in on that. The problem is you guys make like 2,000 decisions. You're like, well, I want to be a Twitch streamer, but I want to go get my bachelor's, but associates, but I want to be a nurse, but I want to be an engineer, but I really want to be an IT person. Like you guys have 30 different, 30 different things that you're looking at. So you want to focus on what you want to do. Now, if you want to go to trade school, lock in on trade school. All right. If you want to move up at work, lock in on work. Write it down. Write down your goals. If you don't write down a goal, how the fuck is this supposed to happen? A lot of the goals that I've reached, I was like, this shit is dumb. But when I wrote it down, I actually thought about it. And then when I thought about it, I started moving towards it. Then when I started moving towards it, I was like, oh shit, this shit can happen. And then it happened, right? But if you don't write it down, it's not gonna happen. So write that shit down. Read your goal every fucking morning. Do not like go a day without reading your goal. Read your goals every morning. I don't care if it's physique goals, but everything. Read your goals every morning because you guys need to stay locked in and stop scrolling through social media 24/7. All right. All right. So this is gonna be one of the most important parts because y'all motherfuckers be wanky as shit, bro. You guys have calluses not from the gym. Not from the gym. Now, so what is sexual transmutation, guys? It's switching the mind from thoughts of physical expression to thoughts of other nature, right? When you actually fixate, right? When you actually fixate on like your goals, all of that energy, all that life force that you guys usually just bust everywhere, when you let that actually sit inside you, right? Oh my God, that sounded sus. Hey yo, okay, fuck. But anyways, when you guys do not get rid of that energy, that really good energy, it'll increase your ambition. You'll wake up with purpose. You'll wake up with more energy. You'll recover faster from workouts. Your testosterone will naturally be higher, right? So stop chasing. Like, listen, stop wasting time chasing women. You feel me? Like constantly trying to date different women just to get your numbers up or prioritizing women. Yeah, you can date women if they fit into your life, or if you got a girlfriend and she's like super supportive, then that's awesome. That makes everything better. That works out perfectly. I'm saying a lot of you guys are like, hey man, like I gotta send out my 200 DMs to women today. I go, what, bro? Or you guys are like, hey man, like I'm gonna go holler at chicks for about an hour over here. What a waste of fucking time, guys. Because those chicks that you're hollering at, right? First of all, when you taste something, you reinforce that you like it in the first place. I always say that. And then you're trying to force genuine desire. That's insane. You can't force genuine desire. Like, come on, yo. And another thing is, like, when you waste that time chasing women, right? They're going to chase the guy who's focusing on themselves because the guy who's focusing on themselves is leveling up more than you are because you're spending the time, that guy's spending leveling up, you're spending that time chasing chicks. And they're just like, I don't want you because you're not leveled up. Like, it just is what it is, guys. Like, at the end of the day, if you want a chick, it's because you want her for a reason. So if a chick wants you, she got to want you for a reason too. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of men waste their early 20s, including myself, and early 30s chasing women and prioritizing them, which is why most successful men, most of the, like if you see actors, I'm like, oh, he's probably 30. They're all in their 40s to 60s and they're getting all these roles. Like they peak in their, men peak from 35 to 60, honestly. That's like our prime. So, and usually it's because, in your 20s and 18, 15, you were chasing chicks and you realize like, oh, I've been wasting my fucking time. And then you actually lock in. Like the sexiest man alive is always between 35 to like 60, like literally. All right. Showing up and having integrity. So listen, guys, integrity is the single most important thing for increasing your confidence. I know a lot of you guys think people are born with confidence. Probably like 0.5% of the population is born with confidence because we all had that one kid in high school that was cooked but more confident than everybody else and just got all the bitches. It's just that's just how it works, right? I wasn't born with confidence. So how did I build confidence, guys? I already told you guys what confidence means, to confide in yourself. So when you keep your promises to yourself and you show up even when no one is watching, you show up for yourself, that's going to give you confidence in yourself. And your self-confidence is going to go up. Your self-belief is going to go up. And that's going to feed into all your goals. And you're going to feel it. You're going to be like, damn, bro, I said that I was going to show up no matter what. And this, when I have a bad day at work, when it's raining outside, is usually when I just sit down and watch Netflix and eat cookies like a fat ass. But today, I actually locked in and I went to the gym still and I ate what I needed to and I went to sleep. You're going to be proud of yourself. When you're proud of yourself, you have pride. That's where you get self-confidence from, guys. Self-confidence, you don't just wipe your ass and look and be like, oh shit, there goes some self-confidence. No, that's not how it fucking works. It doesn't disappear out of nowhere. You build that shit up over time. And it does take time to build it, but it's built through actions, all right? All right, and one thing you guys got to know is the power of a compound effect. All right, like everyone thinks that big changes come overnight. Like you got to make drastic changes for a short period of time and you'll get the results you want. No, you make small changes that are sustainable for a long period of time. All right, like example right here, right? This is what 288. So 314 to 288. That's about 26 pounds in what 5 months. So yeah, you're probably looking at this dude, in September. You're like, oh shit, you really dropped a lot of weight, man. What's the secret? You taking Ozempic? Huh? You taking Ozempic? No, no, no. They're being consistent. All right, and it's very sustainable. So that means next March they'll probably be down to like 250 or some shit like that, right? That's how it works. Slow, small changes made over time. Like when you focus on the longevity and sustainability, is going to be easy to be consistent. The reason most people aren't consistent, and I've saw a lot of this winter arc shit, you guys need to fucking chill out on that shit. Like doing 3 workouts a day and just this dumb shit that I'm seeing and starving yourself, avoiding carbs, you guys are not going to last, all right? Because that's what happens in the New Year's. The New Year's rush, people are like, I'm going no carb, I'm doing cardio twice a day and 1 workout session. That's overkill. You can only lose so much fat at once. So even if you do that, if you lose more weight, you're just going to lose more muscle. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be patient and take it day by day, right? Because when you focus on sustainability, consistency is inevitable, right? But when you focus on just weight loss, consistency and sustainability is going to be very fucking hard. I don't care how disciplined you are. You need David Goggins mentality, which I do not have. So I am not going to attempt to lose all that weight in a short period of time. All right. All right. So you guys got to limit consuming content. A lot of you guys are scrolling on social media 24/7, but you're not a producer, right? There's producers and there's consumers. If you post on social media, you're a content creator, then definitely, post your shit and get off, right? Post your shit, interact and get off. But a lot of people just scroll all day for hours on end. And when you start scrolling the algorithm, it starts knowing what you like and then it'll feed more of that to you. So a lot of times you open up TikTok and you're like, oh shit, man, I've spent 5 minutes on TikTok. That's crazy. You look up and it's been 2 hours. Time is your most valuable asset. So once TikTok grabs your attention and makes you spend 2 hours on there, that's an issue. Another thing is when you wake up, stay off of your phone for an hour, right? I'll get into my morning routine a little bit later, but stay off your phone for an hour so you can actually be present in the moment and do what you need to do and start off your day right. You start off your day by looking at some shredded jack dude in a Lamborghini, you're going to compare and be like, oh my God, I'm not Jack. I don't have a Lamborghini, and it's gonna make you depressed. In reality, they're literally just renting a Lamborghini and they're on steroids, right? But it doesn't say that in the caption, so you think, oh my God, like he's the shit, and I'm not. Like you start comparing yourself, and it fucks up your mindset for the entire day. All right. Now you got to be patient and give every day 100%. All right. So you got to work like there's no tomorrow. Like you literally got to, as far as like effort in everything that you do. In everything that you do, be present in that thing that you're doing. When you're making your food, focus on portion sizes, all that stuff, weighing out your food. When you're in the gym, focus on intensity. It doesn't mean spend 3 hours in the gym because efficiency and quality isn't the same as quantity. And you guys don't really understand that when it comes to the gym. 3 hours is not better than 1 hour in the gym necessarily. Unless no, there is no unless. Fuck, it's just not. So 1 good hour in the gym is better than 3 hours beating your meat in the gym. I don't know what the fuck you're doing in the gym for 3 hours. All right. Be patient and realize that you're not going to reach your goals overnight. All right. Especially your end goal. A lot of you guys have big end goals. It's going to take time to reach that. It just will. All right. It took you years to gain the weight. Took you years to gain the bad habits. Took you years to gain the fat. You're not going to lose it all in one night. And I know when you see my 5 month transformation or any of my client 4 month, 3 month, 6 month transformations, you're like, oh my God, it didn't happen overnight. It took time. It took hard work. And by the way, I started off super skinny, right? Put in the work for years and years and years. I've been working out for like 10 years. So you guys are like, oh, you took steroids, it's been overnight. It's a 10-year overnight, bro. Think about that shit. One more thing, guys. Delaying gratification. So all these other things are going to be important, but realizing that delaying gratification is effective is what a lot of people do not realize because you guys don't fucking read. You need to read books and you need to make sure that you're consuming the right content. All right. If you are on social media, then you need to be consuming content from, yeah, David Goggins is good, right? David Goggins is good to consume content from. But one more thing I actually wanted to say about consuming content is that a lot of you guys, right, when you're on social media and you're consuming content, you're not consuming it from the right people. If you're consuming it from David Goggins, Jeff Lowe's, and all that stuff, then that's fine. That's awesome. That's what you want to be doing, right? If you listen to these guys that like are, they're locked in and they're giving you positivity daily, then that's awesome. And another thing is when you consume content, apply that shit. Same thing for reading books. You don't want to be on YouTube literally watching like 17 hours of videos every single day and applying none of it. That's a waste of time. Once you see a video, any video that you see, apply that shit immediately. Apply that shit immediately. Apply that shit immediately. Right? Fail hard and you'll win later. All right. A lot of you guys think failure is bad. Failure is prerequisite to success. All right. All right, so listen, I know that there's DoorDash, there's everything at your fingertips. You guys be watching the hub, everything's just at your fingertips. So you guys are used to instant gratification, and you think that results come overnight as well because you see these people take steroids to look natty, and they made a small transformation in like 3 months, right? And they never worked out before they made the transformation. When in reality, consistency is going to be your best friend, right? So delay gratification and realize that anything that's fast doesn't last, right? And anything worth having is going to take some work. It's going to take some work. All right. The work's going to be worth it, and it's going to separate you from everybody else. It literally will. Like if you take this winter arc seriously, if you just take your nutrition and your workout seriously, you're a year from now, you're going to be literally in the best position. Now, if you keep doing these fads, then you're going to fail 3 times in a row, quit, and then next year you'll be in a worse position than you are now. All right. So one of the benefits to actually locking in, doing the monk mode, doing the winter arc is going to be delayed or discipline, right? Because when you delay gratification instead of chasing instant gratification, you improve discipline. And here's what people don't realize: when you are cutting, right? When you're cutting, your body is like, I want to eat more, and you're telling it no. That requires discipline. When you're lean bulking, your body's like, I'm full, I don't want to eat shit today, and you're still eating to build that muscle. That takes fucking discipline, right? That's when motivation or how you're feeling doesn't matter, all right? And you guys need that discipline because you think motivation and how you feel has anything to do with executing. There's no correlation between motivation, feelings, and execution. You just got to do what you got to do, man. All right, so here's my morning routine, guys. I got to do this shit. All right, so when I wake up, I read at least 10 pages. Right, I read at least 10 pages. Nothing crazy. You got to say your affirmations because you got to affirm your new self into existence. You got to speak your new self into existence. All right, because everybody around you is not going to affirm whoever you say you're going to be. Like for example, if you got people who are super negative about your fitness journey all the time, if you tell them, "Oh, I'm going to become the best version of myself," they're going to be like, "No, the fuck you aren't. You already tried," and they're going to spit out that negative shit. Right? If you don't say your affirmations, if you don't read a positive book, read over your goals, you're going to be in a negative mind state because you're going to be watching the news, or someone's going to say something negative. Everyone's constantly in a negative mood because they're not doing this. All right. They are not doing this. And of course, at the end of the day, I have to make sure that I had a gallon of water, I got a workout in, and I'm 100% on my nutrition. You focus on these things, you're going to make it farther than literally everybody. Like when it comes down to it, right? All my clients that have been successful, they've executed this shit. All the ones that haven't been successful, they just ignored all this shit. They're like, I'm not gonna do my workout. I'm not gonna eat nutrition. Like these are the most important things that you need to focus on. It's that simple. A lot of you guys try to overcomplicate this shit because when you add shit into it, it's like, oh, I'm doing all this shit at once. Listen. So day 1 through 4, I'm gonna do 24-hour fasting, and then after that, I'm gonna do carnivore. Dumb shit, bro. Just get 100% on nutrition, high protein calorie deficit, and be consistent every day. All right. Period. All right, guys. Link will be in the description for coaching. Subscribe, like, comment. Let's go. Winter arc.